KNIMERs. In this video, I'm going to show you how to divide employees' working time into shifts and then calculate the salary in total and based on these shifts. So here is the question. I asked some more few questions to find out what the user is looking for, and here, as the user confirms, I have found out what he's looking for. Now he wants to calculate the money paid to each employee in hourly basis, $0.25 per minute. For example, an employee named John has worked from 10:45 to 12:15. He wants to have an output in which it has 3 rows for John for working from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, and 12 to 13. Here we have 3 shifts, and it says how long in minutes he has worked in each hour or in each shift, and how much he should be paid. So now we know the question. Let's go to KNIME Analytics platform, and here is the workflow. Our workflow here has a meta node in which I have done some basic jobs to prepare our data. Here we have the sample data. Let's take a look. Here we have the date, the username for the employee. In means the time. For example, here 10:04. That the employee had started working. So here we have out hour and out minute, which is the time that employee had stopped working or finished working. So we want to divide this time into shifts and then calculate the salary. So here I have 2 flows. In the top flow, I have calculated and converted the date and time for a starting time, and here for the out hour and out minute for the time that employee has stopped working or finished working. So let's take a look here at the configuration. Here I have joined the in hour and in minute, and first I have converted the values to string, and then I have joined them. I have put a colon between them, so it now looks like this. Here I have 10:04. Here I have the time in this format. So now I can convert the time from string to time format using a string to date and time node. Here I have chosen the column which I have produced by string manipulation, and the type is time, and the date format is h:\m. We can click on guess data type and format here, so it will be guessed automatically. So let's take a look, and now we have our time in time format, not in string or integer. So next I have joined the date column. Let's take a look at the table again. Here we have date of business. It's the date that our employee had worked in. Here we have the date. So I want to, here I have converted to a string. I have substr here to subtract the first 11 characters. The first 11 characters are the date part. I have removed the time part from the values. So here we have substr, and I have subtracted the first 11 character. Then I have joined the timing in string format here. So we have this now. Here we have the date and the time, and now I have converted all these by using string to date and time to date and time format. Here date and time, here is the format, and let's take a look at the output. And now we have a complete uh, date and time for timing for the starting time, and for the end of the work here in the bottom flow I have done the same for time out here, and we have now time out and time in. I can then I have joined these two, so here I have time in and time out. So now I have a table creator here in which I have put shift from 0 to 23. Then I have a one-to-many node, and I have converted the values from the row values to column headers here. So I have 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and so on to 23 as column headers. So I have my shifts now as column. Then I have joined this shift to my previous data here. Let's take a look here. I have joined by row ID. I have selected all the columns, and here uh, for now they have missing values, but we are going to fill them with the actual values later on. So I have my usernames or nicknames for the employees, time in, time out, and the shift. So now the rest of the workflow. Next step here, I have a column list loop start, in which I have chosen my shift column from 0 to 23, and I have a column expression. Let's take a look at the configuration. Here I have a few if clauses. The first if clause uh, is if variable current column name equals to column in R, and variable current column name equals to column out R, then column out min minus column in min. This means if the starting time and the end time for working is the same, uh, then we are just going to subtract the starting minutes from the finishing minutes. So uh, here is the case that, for example, the employee had started working at 10:05 and had finished his job at 10:50. So he had worked in just one shift time, and we are going to calculate the minutes that he had worked in that shift. The next clause is else if variable current column name equals to column in R. That's the same as the first part here, but in this case, the time that the worker has finished working is not the same as the time he had started. So we just subtract in minutes from 60. So, for example, the uh, employee had started working at 10:05, then we subtract the 60, subtract 5 from 60. That means he had worked for 55 minutes. Another case is the variable current column name equals to column out. Each that means if we are when we are applying this expression on a shift time that the employee has finished his job in that time, so we just put the out minutes there. Easy here. And the next clause here, if variable current column name is greater than column in hour and variable current column name less than column outside. That means, for example, an employee had started working at 10 and finished at 12:30, for example. So he had worked a complete shift time from 11 to 12. So we put 60 minutes here. That means he had worked a complete shift here. And else goes to the cases like the shift times that the worker didn't work at that time at all. So we put 0 here. And here I have a column filter to include just the columns we need. As you see in that loop, we have produced some other columns as we have chosen just the shift columns. So the nickname, time in and time out, and in hour and in minutes, out hour and out minutes, all have been repeated in our iterations. So we don't need them anymore. We just include the nickname, time in, time out, and the shift column. So let's take a look. Here I have the employee's name, the time in, time out, and the shift. And for example, here the employee John Doe has started working at 10:04 and stopped at 16:04. So we have 56 minutes for the shift at 10 and 60 minutes for all the shifts up to 16 and 4 minutes for 16 as he had worked just to 16:04. And the same for other employees. Here I have two flows. In the top flow, here I have calculated the total salary, and the bottom flow I have calculated the salary for each shift. So here I have a column aggregator. I have aggregated all the shift times, and the option is sum. So I have calculated the total time that the worker had worked. Then I have calculated the salary, each minute multiplied by 0.25. And let's take a look here. We have the working time here and the salary. And here in the string manipulation, I have added a dollar sign, so it's nicer here now. I have $90. We should pay $90 to John Doe for working 360 minutes in just one day work. And in this bottom flow, now we are going again to use a column aggregator. In this column aggregator, we choose list as we want to convert all the shifts from to rows here. So here I have listed and converted to a collection column all the shift times, and here I have used an ungroup node. So here I have separated all the shift times to a single row now. And again, a math formula, same manipulation just like the top flow. Now I have the time duration, the employee time in, time out, the work time duration, and the salary. And here I have a chunk loop start. I have loop to add the shift times to our table. So again I have shift from 0 to 23. I have a string manipulation here. I have converted the shift times from 0, for example, to I have added the minutes part here. Let's take a look how it appears here. So here I have the 0 to 23, and here I have a complete shift time 0 to 0 59, 1 to 159, and so on. And here I have a column appender which appends this table, this column here, to our uh, main table. So here in chunk loop start, I have set the rows per chunk to 24. So in each iteration, this loop start gets just 24 rows from the main table, and then here we append the shift times to that table, to that 24 rows, and then we do that again and again until the uh, until to the end of our table. And let's take a look here. As you see, for example, here we have 24 shifts for John Doe, and here we have from 0 to 0059 to 23:59. So we have all the shift time and salary and the work duration. Here I have a column resorter. I have resorted the columns from nickname to salary here by nickname, time in, time out, shifts, work time duration, and salary. Let's take a final look here. So all the employees, the starting time, the time that they finish the job, the shifts here, each shift from, for example, 1 to 159, the work time duration, the time duration that the worker had worked in that shift time, and the salary for that shift. For example, $14 for the shift from 10 to 20 to 10:59, and so on. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this would be helpful to you.